hier ook ver of niet?
Petition to make 200k special and IRL video. Alright, so I was thinking I should do like a room tour. Like my room, let's just say it's a big mess. Petition to make 200k special and IRL video.
Ja, ga je rijden?
Prima.
Nou, ik ben alvast geld aan het sparen hoor. Voor te gokken zo. Wow.
Damn.
It's not working.
Zullen we even een sidequest doen? We zijn nu toch in de buurt. Kunnen we een beetje levelen. Kijk, gewoon met degene die we het langst niet gedaan hebben. Om de hoeken.
Wat?
Hier, we kunnen hier naar beneden. Ho. Jackpot. Ja hoor, paars shield gekregen.
Hij heeft hier wel paars.
Wat heb jij dan?
Blauw.
Net had ik geen paars, dus. Niet biggie doen.
Oké.
ga wel 4 days een keertje aan.
Got is many of the new features that are pushed out almost PowerPoint presentation when you're playing the game because it's running so slow. Make sure that is enabled. Region doesn't really mess around with it. Put it on auto select. Theme wise, if you click onto dark, then it basically makes this darker so it's not as bright on your screen. But I'm going to keep it as default. Next thing then, system. Put in all your personal details if you want to in this bit. Makes no difference whatsoever for the actual game. Next bit, set up your controller. Now, some controllers may need to be turned on before you actually launch up Citra. So if your controller isn't being recognized when we're doing this bit now, exit out of Citra and turn on your controller, then come back into Citra and your controller should be recognized. Controllers that I believe are acceptable from this emulator are anything that's X input or direct input, anything along those lines. Basically, if Windows can use your controller in any of your games or anything like that, then you should be good to go. I've not heard of anybody with any crazy stories about getting to be configured. So once that's running then, I'm going to turn my controller now, because mine's pretty compatible. I'm using an Xbox One S pad, by the way, guys. Now, thing is, controlling your, set up your controls. If you're using an Xbox controller, remember that this is the Nintendo layout. So the A and the B buttons and the X and the Y buttons are the opposite way around. So for me, with my Xbox pad, I'm going to put the A button as B. I know it sounds crazy. B button as A. X button as Y.
Dan weer helemaal ergens anders.
And the
Ja, ik ben er snel
X button, sorry, Y button as X. Next thing then, bumper buttons. So I'm going to do the left bumper button, right bumper button, left trigger, right trigger. C-stick, this is the stick that's to the right of the screen on the 3DS. So I'm going to be using my rightmost analog stick. So you can go through it and do it this way. However, to get the proper sensitivity with all this, click on set analog stick. And it says, after pressing OK, first move your joystick horizontally, in other words, left or right, and then use it, and then vertically, so up and down. So I'm going to click on OK, and then I'm going to press it to the left, and then I'm going to press it up. And as you can see, it's done it all for me. Directional pad, this is just your D-pad on your controller, so left, right, up, down. C-stick or circle pad, circle pad, this is your analog stick. So the leftmost analog stick on your controller. So it should be exactly the same as I did with the C-stick. So click on set analog stick, click on OK, then do it left, and then do it up. And as you can see, it's configured itself. Next bit then, for me, click on start, click on select. And once that's done then, click on graphics. So at this stage, this is where things are really going to impact. And to be honest, it depends on the PC that you're running to what kind of settings we can put in here. And again, it depends on the game that we're running, how intensive it is, what kind of PC. So there's a lot of variables. So it's not really worth messing around too much at this stage until you get it running a game. And then you can kind of see what kind of performance you're getting. And as we'll see in a second, how far we can push it depending on your computer. But for now, I'm going to keep everything as standard. There's nothing else I need to mess around with here except the layout of the screen. So I'm going to click on it with my Xbox pad. I'm going to put the A button as B. I know it sounds crazy. B button as A. X button as Y. And the X button, sorry, Y button as X. Next thing then, bumper buttons. So I'm going to do the left bumper button, right bumper button, left trigger, right trigger. C-stick, this is the stick that's to the right of the screen on the 3DS. So I'm going to be using my rightmost analog stick. So you can go through it and do it this way. However, to get the proper sensitivity with all this, click on set analog stick. And it says, after pressing OK, first move your joystick horizontally, in other words, left or right, and then use it, and then vertically, so up and down. So I'm going to click on OK, and then I'm going to press it to the left, and then I'm going to press it up. And as you can see, it's done it all for me. Directional pad, this is just your D-pad on your controller, so left, right, up, down. C-stick or circle pad, circle pad, this is your analog stick. So the leftmost analog stick on your controller. So it should be exactly the same as we did with the C stick. So click on set analog stick, click on OK, then do it left, and then do it up. And as you can see, it's configured itself. Next bit then, for me, click on start, click on select, and once that's done then, click on graphics. So at this stage, this is where things are really going to impact. And to be honest, it depends on the PC that you're running to what kind of settings we can put in here. And again, it depends on the game that we're running, how intensive it is, what kind of PC. So there's a lot of variables. So it's not really worth messing around too much at this stage until you get it running a game, and then you can kind of see what kind of performance you're getting, and as we'll see in a second, how far we can push it depending on your computer. But for now, I'm going to keep everything as standard. There's nothing else I need to mess around with here except the layout of the screen. Default is one big screen at the top and a little screen at the bottom. But for me, I like to have the big screen as big as I can. So I'm going to go into default. I'm going to put if you now be held low, because let's launch game up just to make sure everything is running. Be your Citra setup. So let's exit out of the emulator, and I've got my user app data, as you can see there. Then I want to do another percentage. All your, some of them have already been created by the the emulator itself. Yep, I want to replace them because now that's going to have my. But for now, I'm good with that. Maybe outputting 30. You are going to be sharing that with the team, but of course your option if you want to go down that route. So all set up, you do have to jump whatever it is. I can only do it so much now because I would be releasing all my information. Have this tipped. However, settings and usage data, which may include user identifying information. In other words, you're going to be setting up a profile. Within that profile will have your information. They're just warning you that by doing it, you are going to be sharing that with the team. But of course, your option if you want to go down that route. So first thing to do is click on sign up. It will guide you to a section of the website, as you can see here. And at this point, you put in your Google account or your GitHub account, and then you can make a profile on the website, which will then allow you to make a token. So once you've done all that, put all the information, click on login, exit out, and go back to the emulator. Then once all that's done and you're signed into the website, you can put what is my token. It will guide you to this portion of the website here, and because you've already logged in, when you go to this section here of click here, it will give you a location on the internet which will have your token or your code there. I can't click on it because then you'll know mine and then I'll probably get bumped from people doing stuff on the internet, as it does. So click on there, it will give you a little code. Once that's done, then put the code into there, put whatever it is username that you signed up with there, click on verify, and you're good to go. The only thing that you need to do when you do go on the online thing and it's opened up is keep it active. So even though you're playing in game and stuff, there's a little chat room that you can see everybody online with in your room, and whatever game you'll choose to play, you sort it out with each other, and then you're good to go that way. It's as if everybody is in the same room as you and you're playing multiplayer locally. Does that make any sense? I don't know. If there is any worries, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to do an in-depth version of this section. Obviously, I can only do it so much now because I would be releasing all my information, but for those of you who are struggling, I can make a burn account and do it that way. So hopefully now you are up and running, you've got everything configured, and you should be good to go. If you have got any issues, put them in the comments down. What we're going to need to do is go to the, for me, I've got a little tab here. I'm going to click on browse. I'm then going to go to my desktop. I'm then going to make a folder on my desktop called Citra. So Citra. I'm going to click into here, and then I'm going to put select folder. As you can see, it's now put the location to that, and then all I need to do is click on next. Now, at this stage, there is no build nothing, or please, and just as you would, and whatever it is you installed it, and it's like, see if you're using the most up-to-date version, name it. So you've got various tabs along the top. I want to, because it's all set up as I'm going to put, so at one big screen at the top, 3DS. So let's run with it. Getting them from your 3DS, you can dump them yourself. Again, in the description down below, kind of stuff. But in installed on,
Hij is wel
should
snel
be
naar
able
hem
to
toe dan.
launch game touching, as you can see. Or
Voilà, naar wie?
Claptrap.
Weet ik nog niet.
Waar
Waar zit hij nu dan? Daar, ik weet niet hoe dat kunnen we daarheen dan?
Ik snap het niet. Het werkt niet zo heel goed.
Moet je een map openen. Dan moet je zo'n geel rond icoontje zetten. Met zo'n soort wereldwoord of zo. Met een vlaggetje erbij. En daar kan je dan de use knop op ingedrukt houden.
Ah.
Wow! So this is Montedor.
Indeed, in only 18 years, this little desert oasis has grown into quite a tourist attraction.
It's amazing, Professor.
Yes, it is. Some people even call it the City of Miracles.
The City of Miracles.
Komt u mee?
Welke gaan we nu doen dan?
Gewoon een normale.
Wil je niet deze doen?
Nee, we moeten toch een normale, joh.
Nou.
We zijn straks bij Moxie. Kunnen we even gokken?
Ja, ik weet wat.
There's so much to look at here, Professor.
Yes, I've heard that Montedor is quite an exciting town.
The letter said that terrible things have happened here. It's hard to believe.
We'll have a better understanding of the situation after we speak to Angela.
We need to keep going this way, don't we?
Maar dit gevecht duurt lang, man.
Hé joh, valt mee.
Dan ben ik een uur op bij mij in mijn brein.
Ga je morgen ook spelen, of niet?
Ja, man. Maar ik moet morgen werken.
Hmm.
8, 5.
Oké.
Dat ik zo slapen bij de volgende save point.
Is goed toch?
Liefst wou ik fokken, maar ik flikker bijna in slaap, man. Vandaag ook gewerkt. Al een paar dagen achter elkaar. Maar niet heel goed geslapen gisteren. Dus.
Nou, ik heb gisteren niet echt lekker geslapen. Maar dan merk je het wel alleen, jongen. Het staan als je dan nog gewerkt hebt.
Een
Gewoon
maand.
fucking 5200 euro.
Maand. Wanneer ben jij vrij?
Maandag.
Oh, ik ook. Nice. Dan gaan we knallen, ja.
Ja, morgen sowieso ook.
Morgen, maar ik weet niet hoe laat ik thuis ben. Of
We moeten terug.
vaak, heel vaak vrienden van mij die appen mij dan ineens. Dan ga ik gewoon chillen, weet je.
Oh.
Ik ben niet zoveel thuis meer.
Jongen, je moet thuis zijn voor dit.
Ja. Maar pak hem niet aan, dus.
Hierna, als we dan... hier kom je dat schip. Moet je dadelijk nog een missie doen op het schip. En daarna kom je in de grote stad, zeg maar. Waar Moxie en zo zit.
Grote missie.
Valt wel mee, maar het zijn een paar filmpjes die je krijgt volgens mij.
Staat een nieuwe auto.
Oh, nee, laat maar. Dit is nog een andere, man. Je moet mensen gaan overrijden. Wat ze zeggen, maakt niet uit wat.
Ik ze wel raken.
Nee, hij wil 2, 3.
Get you right.
Just a dash of puzzle solving here. That was a challenge, to be sure.
Rennen, rennen, rennen. Hey, what the fuck? Oh. Jij bent de reden, denk ik.
Wow! Professor, look at that clown! And all the balloons! And the band!
Hey,
Hij is alweer level up.
en niet dan?
Nee. Nu wel.
This is fantastic! Everyone is having such a good time!
They are. And I'm looking forward to doing the same after our investigation.
Oh, right! The investigation!
Once we're able to relax, we'll see what the town has to offer.
Huh? Professor, what was that?
Waar ben jij dan?
Stone.
Ja, ergens verdwaald.
Quickly. What on earth is going on here?
Statues?
Hey, I'm trying to escape here. Get out of the way, will you?
Please, sir, try to remain calm.
Calm? Are you blind? Those people have been turned to stone.
Professor, how is that possible?
A very good question, Luke.
Professor, look up there!
What on earth?
1, 2, 3, 4. Did you miss me, Montador? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome!
Huh?
I hope you enjoyed tonight's grand miracle. Courtesy of the Gentlemen, consider what you have seen tonight as a warning. Montador will soon be destroyed. Those who submit to the power of the mask may be spared. But then again, they may not.
Oh, ik wou hem openen voor open, jongen. Ik weet niet wat er gebeurt in dit moment.
Professor, Luke! What are you waiting for? A written invitation?
Waar ik nu bij die point ben. Ik zit
Of
te wachten
course.
tot jij bij die point bent.
Wait, Professor!
Ja.
Why do I get the little one?
Let's go. Everyone follow me.
Right.
Waar ben jij dan nu? Jij bent rood.
Hey! Wait for me!
Nee, ik ben verdwaald.
Ha!
Je bent bij die point. Ik ben boven ergens of zo.
Ik ben niet bij die point.
Ik ben ook bij die point.
Ik ben daar niet, zeg ik niet.
Ik ben er niet.
Follow the masked gentleman.
Hang on, Professor!
Where is he going?
Yeah!
Look, there he is!
Come on, we've almost got him.
Here we go!
Waar ben jij nou dan?
Ik ben eventjes... Geen idee waar we heen moeten.
Here we go!
Ja!
Wow!
Jawel. Drive biofuel.
Ja!
Wow.
Nee, niet.
Jawel, maar je bent er nu bijna
Are you
bij.
alright?
Hang on,
Ah
Professor!
ja, dan moet je biofuel gebruiken.
Look, there he is!
Please be careful.
Oh! Hang on, Professor!
Bij Ellie.
Where is he going?
Ja!
Please be careful.
Ja!
Good work.
Here we go!
Ja! Go! Ja!
Wow.
Watch out!
Come on, we've almost got him.
Volgens mij rijd ik helemaal fout. Oh, nee. Kijk op de map, maar...
Look out!
Waar ik sta nu.
Whoa there!
Professor, I see him!
Op de paardse.
Nee.
Whoa!
Zo, dan moet hij ergens beneden zijn. Ik zie jou lopen, maar ik zie daar niks.
Oh, he got away!
Yes,
Wauw.
he had quite an advantage over.
Ga nou rechtdoor.
I suppose
en
we
dan
can
met de
assume
weg mee
that
naar
was the masked
rechts.
gentleman.
Was he using some sort of magic,
Ja, nu naar
Professor?
rechts toe.
How did he do all that?
Ja, en dan
Luke,
nu
I
langs
can
de weg
honestly
weer naar
say,
rechts.
I don't know.
Rechts, yes. Nu gewoon rechtdoor, rechtdoor, rechtdoor. En dan kom je hier bij mij. Juist. Jij weet hoe het moet.
Magic seemed to be the only thing that could explain what we had seen.
Kijk. Navigatie hoor.
It disturbed me to see the professor at such a loss. It made me wish he never received that strange letter in the first place.
Nou,